nice and goopy. Ah, oh, fuck. I'm glad that chapter is over with. Now, I believe that there is indeed a bonfire. But where? Oh, for fuck's sake, it's on the other side, isn't it? Don't mind me! Don't mind me. You're currently doing the opposite of not minding me. Zombie, maggot instead zombie, maggot infested zombie, goop zombie power, pool of sub, people who fought Final Fantasy 15 was good. It's like a natural decline in humanity, yeah. And if you can get the Cathedral Knight Great Sword to drop, you'll be set for life. Everything is incredible. Okay. Look how strong I am. My muscles. Yes, my muscles. Hey! Buddy!
Well, you look reasonably sane. I am an idol of
I totally believe you. I truly believe you. You don't say. I truly believe that you are indeed Sigmar. I have no reason to believe that you are in fact not Sigmar. And as of such, I am gonna trust you and walk over this narrow path for the treasure you said that there would be there.
Shame on you, you greedy guts.
Hi, buddy! So I see we're doing this again. What else do you got, Patches? Winch, gendered people get no respect. My pronouns are winch, winch, and winch self. Oh my god. I wanna fucking die. You know, I don't really think it's cool to call a giant my ex, because she wasn't that big. No, who am I kidding? Now what? Whoa! Actually, once I got my head shouted off for night guys. Ugh. Hey, hold on. I think is it. Running away at the speed of sound. I think this is a cheating out to Demon Souls. Might be, might be. You know what? That's actually pretty. Yeah, the body of a maiden in white found on top of a pile of corpses in the middle of a pool of decayed slop. It's like, yes, we do. We too remember the coolest boss in the Souls history. Well, that's maybe a little far. Okay. Still, I now have the fat roll. Fuck you. And now I had to put it on again. Great. Here's my beautiful long-haired, thick-eyed OC who loves baking, wearing dresses, and kissing boys, but if you say he's a woman, I'll be annoyed. The artist was a male to female trans person and with a bad habit of... Like, I'm curious now. Do you think that PewDiePie could get away with calling his subscribers bros in today's society? I don't. I think he would get blown the fuck up. Like, why does it have to be bros? Why can't it not be sisters or something but bristus? So's? That weird thing in between that doesn't exist? Cunt. hey, cunt, since you got PewDiePie. What has even happened to? Like, what does PewDiePie do now? I call my subscriber base. What do I call them? I think I call them guys. They're the cunts. It's like, hey, I'm a cheeky bastard. Wait, what's her name? Like, as we community a fan base around Riiser, what the fuck are we on? You should call us Hell Risens. Ooh, that is a good one. But it's a little too... It's a little... Oh, fuck! Ow! It's a little too long. Yeah. Calm down. How the fuck did you not die? You know what? I'm just gonna be a fucking asshole, and I'm just gonna call my subscriber base Riisens for sure. Ooh. 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 Oh, that's good. No, but I think I'm just gonna be a cheeky asshole and call you all the Logang. Like, no reason. Just the Logang. Why? 'Cause I can. What is it? I kind of think like that's up there. That's up there with like the most fucking. Hey.
I know that voice. Just how long has it been? It's me, Sigfrid of Katarina.
Ah, Sigrid.
I'm loath to admit it, but I've been had. Someone's swiped my armor. Did you happen to see it anywhere? Oh, not to worry. An old tenant of the night and I.
Oh, okay. I know. But yeah, like I think it's like the epitome of narcissism when it comes to Jake and Logan Paul, because like even their fan group has to have the name of them within it. The Jake Paulers and the Logang. It doesn't even sound like a half good doo-wop pop band. Surprise, top of the morning to you, bro. Cunts, it's your boy, Pie. Fuck. I think I have some songs. I don't think that there's nearly enough famous Australian YouTubers. Like, I would give an arm and a leg to just have a guy when every time he starts his video, he's like, Hey mate! What's up, you cunt? And then, like, talk about Tainted Dolan, that's cool. I never actually watched Tainted Dolan. What the fuck is that?
I'm Leonard, the ring finger. Remember me?
I'm called the ring finger because that's the finger I can stuff up my bum.
Making quite an effort of it, so I thought if you yearn for a proper red-eye and kill the dark wraith surviving has been a prisoner for many ages in the deepest cell.
It's Bloodborne, man. Okay. Yeah, but I never actually watched Dolan. What is it? Dolan Dark or something? I'm sure he's a nice guy. But yeah, I would love for an Australian YouTuber to just start every video out with, Hey cunts! What's that? And then like talk about whatever. Like you could be a super famous vlogger just by being Australian, because everyone just wants to sit down and hear an Australian guy talk about living in Australia. Like just everyday shit, like, oh, today I went out to get some milk and I got attacked by a fucking spider. That's like some fucking cat it was. So I kicked it in the cunt and called it a day. And I'm well aware that that is indeed the best Australian accent that you ever heard. I should start my Summer Story readings with I have icons. Okay, serious law question. Are there any functioning civilization out there, or people vacate among ruins and decay? That's a good question. I am walking out the town. What is bound to be bullshit? That's fine. No, it's all ruin and decay. There are a couple of collectors and half-lucid undead clinging to their old ways within their societies in ruins. Isn't there something out here? Don't. No. Maybe? Hold on. No. Like, you still have knights guarding the castle, you still have people in the undead settlement trying to dispose of the undead, but they're all dead. They're all mostly hollow. They're all just doing what they do out of fleeting desire for purpose. I wonder if this is important. Girl, you look rough. Wait, that's odd. The door is still open. Where the fuck is Patches? Undead making reaction videos. Oh, I need to go confront him. Gee, I've never claimed to be a smart person. But if anything, we can now go to waifu and give her... Hey, buddy!
Then you're a brasher lad than I thought. You can make better use of this. I don't need it. Not now I've flown the coop. The unsworn by joyous gain in evil.
Hey, waifu. You probably need this.
Much like what lies within me, then let it find its own place within my bosom. She will understand. We are both fire keepers after all. Forgive me, smelly flame.
Okay, but I don't want you to heal my dark sigil, so... Peace the fuck out. I just, you know, it's a present. Like, you do a good job, here, have a cookie. I know, fucking idea. In the past, it said that whatever the first flame is relit, souls flourish anew, and there was this massive blast of fire. The details are sketched, but it seems like the entire world and everyone in it are burned away, and humanity sort of crawls back from the ashes, sort of a return to cavemen, as best I can guess. Be more engaging than the dozens of reaction videos in my recommend. Like, the only reason why it's recommending you that many reaction videos is because you watch reaction videos. I hardly get them suggested all the time. I do, however, get a lot of weird trap music videos. And not the trap you think it is. Or maybe it is exactly the kind of trap you think it is. It's weird. I will not be judged! Okay, so where the fuck were we? I'm just gonna read this because it's been on my fucking thing for a while now. The Cathedral of the Deep. The Cathedral of the Deep, as it is now is Aldrich's place of worship and his resting place. Once upon a time, the cathedral was home to the Way of White religious order, and the ones that were here in particular specialized in dealing with the abyss and anything heretical and bad, including the undead. The Way of White likes to parade itself as being nice, forgiving people, but there are the people that led the undead hunts, and as far as clergy goes, they are more offensive than they are about healing and worship. We can see this how they use talismans rather than chimes, and how their rings tend to give offense-oriented buffs, and that back in Dark Souls 1, the PvP charms to disable Esthers used were named Lloyd's Talisman, named after All-Father Lloyd, patron of the Way of the White. Seems the Way of the White is so all-spread and predominant in the Dark Souls universe, and that their goals and intentions are so in line with Gwyn's wishes, we can safely say the Way of White are all part of the overall conspiracy around the truth of the undead curse and Gwyn's bullshit. But to return to the cathedral itself with this in mind, we can see how the cathedral and most of the things there are all about dealing with the undead. We have the evangelists who use spiky bleed-causing maces and fire magic. We see the Grey Wardens with bleed weapons, and it's the origin of the red bug pellets that reduces fire damage, noted as prepared by the evangelists who dole them out to followers to ease the suffering as they bleed. It's said in a bunch of places that the best thing to combat the undead and prevent resurrection is destroying the body through fire and bloodletting. But all things fall from grace in Dark Souls land. Elsewhere, Aldrich the Devourer was a cleric who turned to cannibalism, and he ate and ate and ate till he turned into mushy goo. As we know, and we'll go further into later, he was incredibly powerful and basically thrown into the first flame to rekindle it against his will. His remains were then sealed away. On. Let's do this so I can move the thing. In the Cathedral of the Deep and kept on the watch, we can assume that at first it was more there under their expert. What the fuck are you writing here, Alice? In the Cathedral of the Deep and kept on the watch, we can assume that at first it was Oh, his remains were then sealed away in the Cathedral of the Deep and kept under watch. We can assume that at first it was more there under their experts to watch to keep it under lockdown. But over time, Aldrich's whispers and influence got to the clergy and began to corrupt the order. They turned from holy magic to fire, started taking their books of how to combat the darkness bullshit and using it as inspiration for their own new methods and such. Gale, who is the dude who is praying at the altar. Gale, the guy in red in the church bonfire. He'll take you to the first DLC. Best not to go there yet. All we need to know about Gale at this point is that he is quite possibly the oldest living being in Dark Souls, and he is way bigger badass than you. Okay. Wow, you've written a bunch of shit. Okay, there's very little information about these things. There's only the two in the whole game. One of two deep. Okay. You just found the Saint's Bedent that once belonged to Archdeacon Klimt, one of the 3 Archdeacons of the Cathedral of the Deep. Klimt is by far the most interesting, and I've got a theory about who he is. Okay, and now we can continue. I'm sorry about that. That was a lot to take in. Oh my god. Time for stabby stabby killy killy. There we go. Also, hi Acromatic. Been a long time. How you doing? You look great. Have you done something to your hair?
Don't drop that pickle beak. Hey,